Did I trim my bangs yet again with scissors that are not meant for hair? Yes. Can you tell? A little bit. Do I regret it? Not at all. I just saved $25. So today, we are going to be going through my ticket stub diary that I got for Christmas freshman year of college, so 2015. And yeah, I love this thing to death. And there's a good bit of shows in here. There's like 32, I think. So this might take a hot minute, but we're doing it anyways. So I just do want to point out that there is one show missing from this, and I think it's because I accidentally threw the ticket away. But that was when I saw Big Time Rush. Don't judge me. My 8th grade year going into freshman year, it was the summer. It was like August, I want to say. It was at the Ohio State Fair, and that was my very first concert, and I was ecstatic. It was so much fun. First real ticket in here is once again for Big Time Rush, and it was the Big Time Summer Tour in 2012, and I saw them at the First Niagara Pavilion, which changes their name literally every single year, so I don't even know what it's called right now. Everyone just calls it Star Lake at this point because that was like the original name. This was in Burgettstown, PA, but everyone calls it Pittsburgh because it's literally like maybe 20 minutes from Pittsburgh. But yeah, that was August 5th in 2012, and I only had lawn seats, but I had the time of my life at that show. It was so much fun. It was like right after Elevate came out. It was so much fun. Next, and I don't even know if this is really considered a concert, but it's in here, and it was Digitour New York City when that was a thing. And this was on June 1st, 2013, and this was not planned. My mom and she had bought me like a bus pass to go to New York with her for like a day or two for my 16th birthday, and so we ended up going, and I saw that Digitour was going on, and some of my favorite YouTubers were going to be there, so I went to try to meet them. Like, I literally was like, Mom, we have to go. It was like $50, and it was not worth it. But, $40 actually, sorry. But some of the people that performed were Pentatonics, All-Star Weekend, Tyler Ward, Kiana Grannis, I don't know. And I was this close to meeting JC Kalen that night, but did I? No, because security would not let him come out. I was so upset. Next, we've got Austin Mahone's Summer Tour. There's some really cringy shit in here. This was at Stage AE in Pittsburgh, and this was on August 26th of 2014. It was a really fun show. I remember that Fifth Harmony and Shawn Mendes opened up for him, so it was a pretty interesting show. Next. Oh boy, we're getting into the Hoodie Allen territory now. Now we've got the People Keep Talking Tour, which was October 30th of 2014. And this was my first time seeing Hoodie. I remember that Max opened for him, and I met both Max and Hoodie, and they were both really amazing. I've even got like my little free VIP wristband that I got. I've got his autograph that I cut out from like the CD he signed, and I've also got our first picture together, and that was just a really fun show. Like, so many great memories come from that show. Next, we've got the Boys of Summer Tour. Oh man, I do not have words for this show. It was something else. This was on July 2nd of 2015, so only a few months after I first saw Hoodie, I was seeing him again, which was pretty great. I did not meet Hoodie at this show because security was really tight and would not let him come out. I was hoping to meet Max again, but I unfortunately didn't get to do that either. But it was my first time seeing Fall Out Boy, and still the only time I've seen Fall Out Boy. And I've got this wristband in here because I think I found this on the ground, so I got free merch that day. It was fine. Next, this one absolutely breaks my heart, but hopefully there will be a reunion soon. We've got the On the Road Again tour, or as everyone called it, Otra. And this was a One Direction show. It was shortly after Zayn left. This was on August 18th, 2015, I think. And it was my first and only time seeing One Direction, because right after that they went on hiatus. But the only, like, notable thing I have in here is a piece of confetti that I picked up off the ground and just threw in here. Next, we've got, I believe, one of my very few festivals that I've been to, and it is the Rival Festival. This was on September 25th, I think that says, 2015 in Pittsburgh. Oh, the last show was, okay, the One Direction show, I keep forgetting to say where these were. The One Direction show was in Columbus, the Boys of Zumber was in Pittsburgh, and the Hoodie show was in Columbus. So, Thrival. Literally, I only went because Panic at the Disco was headlining, and do not ask me how, but somehow I got front row. First and only time I've seen Panic at the Disco front row, because now it's hundreds of dollars, and this ticket was like $50. I literally got there like about, I don't even remember, it's been so long, but I got there pretty early, but I did not think that I was there that early. Like, I thought people would have been there camping out, but it was weird. It was like in this random field outside of Pittsburgh, and I made so much eye contact with Dallin that night, and I did get a pic from Kenny, but I threw it out after all that stuff came out about him. And also, Andrew McMahon got in the crowd next to me because he was performing that night, so that was pretty cool. Next, we've got Happy Camper Tour. And this happened on March 17th of 2016. So, third time seeing Hoodie. And this was in Pittsburgh as well, Stage AE. And I did meet Hoodie again because I had VIP that time. And the only thing I've gotten there is the confetti, and there's the Thrival wristband. Next, we've got the first time that I saw 21 Pilots. And this was for the Emotional Roadshow, and I was like 6th row, 5th row, roughly, I don't remember. And this was on June 1st of 2016. And this was at Stage AE. Now, this was the smallest show that they did for this tour. There was like 5,000 people, roughly, because Stage AE is not a huge venue, like, at all. And then the rest of these were like pretty big venues, like at least twice the size. And I don't know how we got so lucky, but yeah, that was a really fun show, and I've also got confetti in there for that. Next was the Basement Party tour for Max. Now, this was an interesting show. It was free. It was at a ping pong club, which I did not know that was a thing, but apparently it is. And this was in Chicago, June 4th, 2016. Now, I was in Chicago visiting family, and Max had put on Facebook that he was going to be in Chicago while I was there. So, of course, I had to beg my family to let me go, because it was a free show. I was there, like, I might as well. And I did end up meeting him again that night, and he was just as sweet as I remembered from a few years before. Next was X-Fest, which was when Panic and Weezer went on tour, but ours was like more of a festival rather than like the regular lineup, I guess. Like, we had more people. And I met Andrew McMahon that night. That's the only person I met. And I only had lawn seats for this, which kind of sucked, but This was July 3rd in 2016, and this was in Pittsburgh. Really fun show, even though I was on the lawn. Next was the first time that I saw Set It Off, and this is the Something New tour, and I met Max and Zach that night. I didn't get to talk to them, but I met them. Like, they came out and talked to us, but they didn't see me because I was in the back of the little mini crowd that was there, and I just stood there like an idiot and didn't say anything to them. But I did actually meet Cody, and he was extremely drunk. I literally waited like 2.5 hours in the cold to meet him because I didn't know it was going to take that long, and I was determined to meet him, and I did. So yeah, that's the story behind that. Next, we've got the Death of a Bachelor tour, which was on February 28th of 2017. So this concert, the anniversary for it, like, just passed. This was my third time seeing Panic, and this is the first time I went to see Panic with my best friend Allie, and it was such a great time, and I got her hooked on them. Sorry, not sorry, but it was a really good time. Next, we've got the first and only time I've seen the 1975. I'm hoping to change that this summer, and it was their North American tour for 2015. Why do I have 2015? 2017. Why did I write 2015? I don't know. I'm an idiot. And this was May 11th of 2017. This was in Pittsburgh at Stage AE once again, and I was 48th in line. That was the first show that I camped out for, and it was terrifying. But we slept in my friend's car, so it wasn't that bad. Probably not as bad as the people that were sleeping on the literal concrete in their tents or whatever. 'Cause, I mean, it wasn't cold, but your girl does not camp out often. Next, we've got the Tour de Columbus tour, and I went to the date that was at the Schottenstein Center. I think that's how you pronounce it. And this was my second time seeing 21 Pilots, and it was the last time I've seen them because every other time they've gone on tour, I haven't had money to see them. Let's hope that when they go on tour again, I do have money. But I started out being like 10th row at this show, and then I ended up being pushed forward to like 4th or 3rd row. So pretty freaking good if I do say so myself. And I've got the iconic red confetti in there. Next, we've got the Young Renegades tour, and I will be completely honest with you, I mainly went to this show because water parks were opening. I know All Time Low is really good, but I mainly went for water parks. Do not judge me. And this was on July 25th of 2017. So, yeah. And I've also got Jeff's signature right there because I met him at the merch table and it was great. I did end up meeting them all after the show, but I met Jeff also at merch, so that was cool. Next, we've got such an iconic show. This was when I went to see All American Rejects and the Maine. It was my first time seeing the Maine, and we were like 3rd row. This was on August 8th of 2017, and I did end up meeting Pat Garrett and Kennedy that night, so that was amazing. Next, we've got yet another Hoodie Allen show. Y'all are gonna see truly how many times I see Hoodie, and it's unhealthy, but it's fine. And this was the Hype tour. This was the 4th time I saw him, and this was November 17th, 2017. If you guys watched my last video, this is the show where he played King to me, and I cried like a baby. Like, it was so bad. This was the 2nd show I camped out for, and the only other show I've camped out for. I was 1st in line, which is the only time that's ever happened, and I was front row, and then I just have King to me. Iconic. I've got one of the little, Jesus Christ. I've got one of his sushi dollars in here. And then he's got like his album cover on the back. Truly iconic. That show was one of the best shows I've ever been to, probably the best, because I've never had an artist just be like, yo, I'm gonna play your favorite song. So, best show I've been to, hands down. Next, I do not have a ticket for this, so I hope I have all the information written down, but it was Set It Off. I do not remember the name of the tour, so I don't have that written down. This was January 22nd, 2018. This is the day after I turned 21, so you already know that that was a good time. I met the band that night. It was amazing. It was just such a good show, even though I thought we were gonna be late because we got lost. I had never been to this venue before. This was in Pittsburgh, by the way. Next, another Hoodie Allen show. Are we surprised? I'm not. This was Hoodie Allen at Penn State Barron. 5th time seeing Hoodie, and I was front row once again. This was April 21st, 2018. It was a really good time. It was my first Hoodie college show, and I guess you could say it's my only one, because with the other one coming up, you would know that I did not make it to his set. But we'll get into that. Next, we've got Vans Warped Tour. Rest in peace. This was the Pittsburgh date, and I've got like a few little notes written down here. I was front row for Sleep On It, for Water Parks, and With Confidence. And I also met As It Is, With Confidence, and Otto from Water Parks. Now, the whole Otto experience was an interesting one. I was sitting by the entrance waiting for my friends to get done at a set that they went to. I think it was Bowling for Soup they were watching. And I'm just sitting there by myself, and I see this curly-headed man run by. And I was just like, oh my god, that's Otto Wood. So I'm just like, Otto! And he like looks back while he's running, and he's just like, hi! And he keeps running, and I was just like, where's this man going? And he went to go get food. He got some chicken tenders and fries. He comes back, and I was just like, I don't mean to bother you or anything, but can I get a picture? And he's like, oh no, you're not bothering me at all. Of course we can take a picture. So we did. And then this man, he's just like, do you want a french fry? Like, I've got so many, and you've probably been here all day. Would you like a french fry? And I was just like, okay, sure. So he gives me a french fry. Hands down, one of the best experiences I've had with a band member. Next, we've got the Pray for the Wicked tour. This was my 4th time seeing Panic live, and I actually got the dates mixed up. This was before Warped Tour. Sorry about that. This was July 15th, 2018, and this was in Columbus. This was at the Nationwide Arena. Next, we've got my 2nd Warped Tour date that I went to, and my last. I know, I only went to Warped Tour 2 times before they decided to kill it. It's fine. This is the Cuyahoga Falls date, and at this one, I met Real Friends, The Main, and Water Parks. We love that for me. And this was July 18th, 2018. Next! Please don't hate me. We've got Hoodie yet again. This was the Hanging with Hoodie Tour 2018. And I literally have written right here, met Hoodie yet again. How is this man not sick of me yet? Accurate. This was November 1st, 2018. And it was such a good show. Such a good show. Next, we've got the Midnight Tour for Set It Off. This was my 3rd time seeing Set It Off, and 2nd time seeing With Confidence. And I was like 3rd, 4th row, and I should probably get rid of that guitar pick. See, okay, let me just rant for a second. I'm really confused about this whole Dan thing, because he's no longer in the band, but also they never said anything, so Am I supposed to unstand? Am I not? I don't know. I'm conflicted. Next, Hoodie. Again. But this one's a weird one. This is Campus Fest 2019 at Clarion University. I missed Hoodie's set at this show. I literally was standing by the bathrooms waiting for my friend, and I see Hoodie walk by, and I hear these girls just going, Hoodie, you were so good, or whatever, and I was just like, I'm sorry, what? So I messaged one of my friends that was there, and I was like, hey, did Hoodie already go on? And she's like, yeah, you must have missed it. So I just start bawling my eyes out. Like, I'm like full-blown bawling by these bathrooms, and then two of my other friends come out of nowhere, and they're just like trying to calm me down. Like, they're just like, don't worry, we'll try to get him to come out afterwards so at least you can meet him. And I did. And that's the show where, if you watched my last video where I talked to him about like thanking him for everything he did with my mom and everything, and I just start bawling in front of him, so it's fine. Next, we've got the first and only time I've seen I Don't Know How But They Found Me, and this was May 7th of 2019, so we're getting towards the end, don't worry. And I was like third row for this, and this was such a fun show. I just really wished I could have met them, but literally like the entire venue was outside waiting for them. Like, it was ridiculous. Next, we've got Sad Summer Fest. Oh, such a good time. This was my third time seeing the main, and yes, I mainly did go for the main, and I was second row. So I'll take it. I did not get to meet John at this date. I was really upset. I was like a few minutes late, but it was still a really good time, and I'm hoping I can go again this summer. Next, Hoodie. Again. This is the WUSA Tour, Columbus. This was on September 19th of 2019. 8th time seeing Hoodie, second row, and I met Hoodie twice. Because I met him in line because he was like going down the line, and for whatever reason, he did not know I was gonna be there. He was like, oh, I thought you were just going to Pittsburgh, which we'll get into. But no, I had told him a million times prior that I was in fact going to be there, but he did not want to believe me. So, that's his problem. Next. The last Hoodie show, most recent Hoodie show I've been to. So, yeah, but do not get your hopes up, because I will be seeing him again soon if it's the last thing I do. WUSA Tour Pittsburgh, second row again, 9th time seeing Hoodie. I did not meet him at this show because this was the show I was supposed to interview him at, but it got canceled the day of. Am I still a little bit salty about it? Maybe, but yeah, I only got general admission for this show because, once again, I thought I was going to be doing the interview, but that did not happen. Okay, we're on the last page. 2 more to go. Steel Panther, Silver Springs, front row. This was on October 18th of 2019. I only went because of Emmy. Hey, Emmy, thanks again. She's trying to convert me into I don't know what their fan base is called. Yeah, it was an interesting show to say the least. Not really up my alley. Their music's good, it's just way too much boob for me personally. Last and most recent show I've been to was Core Rozik in Baltimore. This was on February 1st of 2020. I was front row for this, and I almost had to fight some crazy nurse lady. She called us posers because my friends and I were wearing leather, but yet we did not know the band. We're there to support our friend. Leave us alone. I ended up having to push her away from Emmy. So I guess you could say that don't mess with me. But anyways, that's all of the concerts that I've been to. My next concert, as of right now, I think, is on March 17th for Bisto Blanco in Pittsburgh. We'll see if that happens. I don't know. Technically, I have a show on the 13th. I'm going to a Queen tribute, but I don't know if I really count that. And then after that, I have Harry Styles on July 14th. I don't have a lot of concerts planned right now because your girl is like, her job situation is all kinds of messed up right now. But we're gonna figure it out. We're so close to thriving. But thank you guys for watching this video, and I will see you again next Saturday. Bye.